fine wild pack. It's Bernadette. And I'm here with your pick a card tarot reading. Your pick a card daily tarot reading, because we have this fun every single day of our lives for June 22nd. Oh, that makes total sense. A master number. And just in full disclosure, I'm filming this on Monday late afternoon, the day before, which is still part of the summer solstice, because today has been a cluster of a different kind. It's just been a cluster of a different kind. So let me just get the housekeeping out of the way. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I'm begging you. Hit the little ring dingy bell thingy, and you'll get all the this is what I get for recording, late in the afternoon. All the metaphysical. I'll leave in the bloopers in. Joel's not editing out anything. All the metaphysical madness that is my channel, and lots of other really good stuff too. And that I'm done with the housekeeping. We're done here because today, the only thing that I could hear in my head today, and I had to record today, y'all, we had crazy storms where I live. And the internet went up and down and up and down and back and forth and up and down. I even had to call my ex-husband. Oh, I think it fried my router. Blah. What happened? I don't even know how it happened. But the LED lights in my router got power cycled off and didn't anyway. And I'm all up under my desk and realized I'm a worse housekeeper than I thought. Here's what this has to do with y'all. This morning in the live, I don't remember the exact words that were given to me, because remember, this is your Tuesday reading, but I'm filming it in advance. And as we have absolutely already determined, there's a reason people go to readers to, there's a reason they look at charts and whatnot to, see into the future. There's no reason readings can't be just as relevant into the future. That's what you do when you're a professional reader. And so, again, the electricity, the internet, up and down and up and down and back and forth. And, it went Diagon Alley, y'all. And I was like, I cannot take this risk for tomorrow trying to film early in the morning. We're in deep, what. So this morning in the live, the energy was just so much stuff going on. It took, thank goodness I'm hard-headed and I could anchor into that energy, because y'all just had lots of stuff going on. That's not a bad thing. It just, y'all had lots of stuff going on, right? Okay. So then in the readings for today, some folks, and then just even in talking to friends, I finally had to just, because friends call me and they're like, what is this energy all about? And I was like, I don't know, but you're not the only one experiencing it. So I really think the joke was on all of us. Not all of us, not everybody had this kind of day, but I bet you had this kind of day in some kind of way today. Yeah, even though you're seeing the video today, the pick a card reading live today, or you're seeing it today. Well, it's not live. It was filmed yesterday on Monday, which is during the solstice, which is the longest day of light of the year. Okay, you ain't joking. It has definitely been the longest day, but not of light so much in that I didn't see the light, and buddies of mine didn't see the light, and the clients didn't see the light. I'm not I love you, my clients, and I'm not, if you had a reading with me earlier today, I am not dogging you. What I am saying is that we're all in the same boat, and that boat thank goodness it's not a sinking ship, but it's rocking so much that I'm like, ooh, get the Dramamine. And what that means is, again, we're just not seeing the light. We're not getting the message that the universe, our spirit guides, our angels, are this or that, are trying to tell us. We're just not. And how I know that for y'all is, there's often times that I will be deep into something and be, wait a minute, this is not my energy. I'm picking up the energy of the pack, or I'm picking up the energy of this person, of that person, of so on and so forth. So I did this no joke clearing of my house, of me, of my doorways. It smells like Thanksgiving in my house because I saged the Peewalican Jazzies And I'm not a big fan of the smell of sage because it does remind me of Thanksgiving. So then I took some incense and I was like, sprinkling fairy dust everywhere. So, and hold on, y'all, I got to turn this light on or my camera will go in and out and in and out and in and out. I'm sorry, technical difficulties. And see, I even forgot to do this. I forgot. Okay. So what happened was I did this crazy clearing, right? All right. So in this crazy clearing, I sat down, shuffled, because I didn't want my energy at all to get into your reading. The Sloth, the Four of Swords, came inverted. And I was like, okay. And I'll get to this in just a second. But then I started hearing the song, I think is it Motley Crue? Is it Alice Cooper? I don't remember. But whichever band it was school's out for summer. School's out for summer. I mean, I'm a big hairband person and I love good rock and roll. I just don't like headbanging music and death metal and all that kind of thing. But listen, who doesn't love that song, right? And when you're in school, you gotta love that song. Like, it's the law. Plus, it was very popular when I was a kid. So all I could hear was that. And I'm like, how does that? Okay, I'll bite. I'll be your Huckleberry Spirit. What does that have to do with this reading for the Wild Pack for Tuesday, the 22nd? Okay, so Tuesday is the Sacral Chakra day, right? Okay, and then now it's a 22. And I do get that in traditional numerology, it would be about the, it would be about everything. It would be about the, hold on, I'm going to try to change this light around because all I can see are the dots in my eyes and you're probably seeing the reflect. We're done here. See you. That didn't work. Anyway, and you talk about, I know that you should add the month to the day, to the year, to the this, then boil it down, reduce it as it were. No, I'm just not doing that because that's not what I'm being told to do. It's about the number 22, which is a master number, but that's also about repetitive things. And I swear to Swanee today with clients, with everything that was going on, with what friends were texting me, I'm like, this is Groundhog Day. This is Groundhog Day. No joke. So when Sloth comes out as the Four of Swords inverted, and that's all about, when you take a look at the traditional meanings of the Rider-Waite Tarot, or Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, I should say. Smith always gets left out, but it's Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. Poor person. Poor name. And you take a look at what it means in reversed. It means that you've been, taking a rest. Okay? And it's not that time anymore. It is... you've been taking a rest from your strife. And the Kabbalist, in traditional tarot card meanings, call this card the Lord of Rest from Strife. So whatever restful, whatever, recuperation, whatever you were doing over the weekend, and then today hit, making it the longest day of light, it's just all this connect the dots stuff with school's out for summer. Today was supposed to be, Monday, but now you can, this energy will still, I believe it's going to go through the west of the week and even into next week. I will we do. Oh, my Elmer Fudd. Okay. Let me get through this reading before I blow a gasket. So I'm just going to take this chunk by chunk by chunk so that you see how this happened in my head, because it doesn't matter what's going on. I can go to that place inside and get a clear reading. No joke. I've been a reader for a long time, y'all. Your life doesn't stop when you're a reader. You have stuff happen in your life and you either can clear or you can't clear. Bernadette can clear. So I'm like, school's out for summer. The master number 22, which is all about being a master teacher, a master student. The Four of Swords inverted, which means you're fixing to get going again. Ooh, I get it. And what that means is when you keep whapping your head against a brick wall, stop. Now, there was a day, I was taught when the going gets tough, you get going. And that was it. But, listen, the vast majority of my childhood was spent in trauma because of finances, and I was, anyway. So if you've recently been through a lot of trauma, or you're working through trauma from a long time ago, or you just feel like you've been banging your head, and not seeing clearly whatever it is that you're hoping to see or setting your intentions to see, you're not meant to see it right now. You're just not in this moment. But what that means is quit pushing, quit shoving, quit whapping your head up against a wall, and just school is out for summer. For this moment, on the longest day of the year, be the sloth. Now, what's funny is, this just cracks me up. People are like, I get asked this question all the time. Why did you put a sloth hanging upside down for the upright suit of swords, four of swords, but when you turn the card and it's inverted, the sloth looks like it's upright? Really? Because the four of swords inverted, again, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot card meanings, and I adhere to that, even though I go at readings, I go at them intuitively. It's because usually when we're on our back, we're upside down, we're not sloths, y'all. We're not hand over foot climbing it through the eucalyptus trees. If you turn us upside down, we're very, very much like a tortoise or a cockroach, or anything that when you turn it on its back can't necessarily flip over for itself. Now, tortoises actually can, just so you know. But this is all about waiting till the time is right. And what I'm being told is that the timing is not right in this moment, but the timing is just around the corner. So if you've been sitting there thinking, oh my God, when is it going to be right? When is the time? I need to have divine timing on this. Stop. In the name of love, before you break your mind, think it over, because the message is going to come to you when you stop. Wham, wham, wham. So stop it. Because the minute you know, first of all, you're bruising your third eye, and that's never sexy. That's number one. But number two, what I'm hearing, this involves another person. Not everyone will be able to take this away from this reading, but I'm telling you, the vast majority of you that have a decision on your mind, you're healing trauma, you're doing this, trauma, of course, that has to do with another person. But whatever these big decisions are that you're trying to make, and you're like, part of it is because you don't want to see the truth about another person. And that's not going to work so well for you. So truths are tough. They can be, or truths can set you free. You know, my people that go through divorces, they're like, and I'm like, did you want to still be married? No. And they've got all the reasons why. Then why aren't you celebrating? Well, because blah, 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 blah. Well, from where I sit, and let me just tell you, this is advice. This isn't a psychic nothing. This is advice. You just liberated yourself. And I know people all around this world that would love to be liberated from the bondage that they're in. Well, that puts a different perspective on it, right? Okay. And I just feel like this message about this school's out for summer, it's knowing when to quit, when to stop, but then it's also knowing the divine timing to jump back in there and get with the program. And it's going to be short. It's going to be a short time. Now, what short is to me and short is to you, I don't know. But I'm literally hearing maybe just a matter of days, maybe just a month, but it's not going to stretch out for months. Now, maybe 2 months, maybe, but I keep hearing weeks, so maybe 4 weeks at the absolute outside. So whatever, I'm going to say it again because it's what's being told to me. Whatever you're beating your head against a brick wall about, school is out for summer. You're not going to learn anything. You're not going to grow. You're not going to get anywhere. And you definitely are not going to see the master messages coming to you, especially on this day, which is Tuesday, which is when you're viewing this. Okay. But it's being filmed on the longest day of the year. Well, not the longest day of the year, but the longest day of light of the year. And we don't have any light in Florida. Oh, it might stay a little bit bright, way past when it's supposed to, but it's like thunder, lightning. The way it's storming and cutting off my internet is frightening. And I don't want it to knock on wood. My house is made of wood. If that lightning knocks on my wood, I'll be blasted into the neighbor's yard. You see where I'm going with this. Yes, I'm punchy. I'm tired. But you just, you got to know when to fold them. And now is the time. But again, this has to do with another person. I don't know that this has to do with a situation so much as a person. And that can be, you know, I consider fur babies people, and I consider people fur babies. And that's how it is in the animal world. That's why I always sign off with do good for animals, including yourself, because you're an aminal. It's that same premise. It's that same thingy. So I really hope, no matter how kooky this was, I really hope it was helpful, because just please, if you're banging your head against a brick wall, stop it. No good is going to be gained from it. Just be the Four of Swords inverted, but be like the sloth where, you know, you're not crawling, you're not on your back crawling through the whatever your eucalyptus tree is, you know, hand over foot or whatever. This is not a zip line. Your life is not a zip line. So, I'm going to write a book. Y'all take somebody do that. Life is not a zip line. I give that to you freely. That's a really good name for a book. Or part of your life could be a zip line, because it could give you a higher perspective. Anyway, all that being said, it might seem kind of kooky to work with sloth energy, because again, Four of Swords inverted means that you are gonna be getting jiggy with it here shortly, but that day is not this day, and that is not in this moment. And so you can work with sloth energy to find your natural slowdown points, because I have to make myself adapt and adopt slowdown points. I just have always been the Energizer Bunny since day one. And that's where I'm most comfortable. But sometimes you've got to slow down. You move too fast. Don't even just make the morning last. Make all day last. Make the next few days last. And you know what? Even go kick down some cobblestones as long as you're feeling groovy. You see where this is going. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. Okay. I'm going to leave this on the internet, and I would ask you kindly to share it. Well, no matter what you think of it, if you would share it on your social media channels and with your friends and family, that would be super groovy. So I love you guys, because you put up with my nutty antics. Antics, I should say, as my grandma used. It's your antics. So do good for animals, including yourself. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the ringy dingy bell thingy. And as always, what are the most important things? To what? To stay wild.